Music breaks down a lot of anger. Music covers, Bible says love covers a multitude of sins. Music does that. No matter who we're with, no matter who we're playing with, when everybody gets on that same chord, that harmony chord, whether it's the musicians, the singers, it's beautiful. Blessed thing.
When I'm lying here all alone, it's so cold in the morning. My baby done said he's gone. I can't stand being here like this, stuck here by myself. The doctor looked at my waning cheeks. He said it ain't no good for my health. Going on home. Yes, indeed, he said, gotta get on home. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Gotta get on home. I can still see that light. Halfway there is nowhere, and I am nigh on to the night. Come and take this one last step, walk that one last mile. Ooh, Lord, they take a look at me now. Ooh, you make me smile. Going on home. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. I gotta get on home. All right, gotta get on home. Yes, indeed, baby, baby. It's so cold in the morning. Oh, yes, indeed. It's so cold in the morning. Oh, baby. It's so cold in the morning. Darling, darling. It's so cold in the morning. I never wanted it to be this way. It's so cold. Don't want to be here alone. It's so cold. Every day's another day, every day's another time. You promised me, it's so cold. You promised me you'd be here forever. It's so cold. But sometimes it's never, never, never. So cold. Oh, baby, it's so cold. Oh, baby, I can't stand it. Loving you like this, no, I can't stand it. All the feelings that we missed, I can't stand it.
Nancy Atlas is probably the only person that could get this project underway because her reputation is so stellar and people trust her. Her motives are pure, right out there on the table. Nancy doesn't hide anything. It's all there. If you don't dig it, you don't dig it. But most people dig it. First-class singer, great songwriter, and a pretty good rhythm guitar player.
It's going out to New Orleans. Here I come. Let me tell you about Uncle Susie. Dressed in black and married on a Tuesday. Squeezed his box on Jackson Square with his shirt pulled out and a feather in his hair. I said, hey, Uncle Susie, won't you play a song with me? Hey, Uncle Susie, take me down to the bayou and under the tree. Cool chandelier at the Fado-Do. 27 bucks get you into the back door. Got pale watermelon down barbecue. And you singing to the bobo down in the bayou. I said, hey, Uncle Susie, won't you play a song with me? Hey, Uncle Susie, take me down to the bayou and under the tree. Come on, chums of the earth. So let me tell you about Uncle Susie. He got a blue Cadillac and a cat named Ruby. He got a hole in his pocket and a howl in his heart. Some say he's related to a Bonaparte. I said, hey, Uncle Susie, won't you play a song with me? Hey, Uncle Susie, take me down to the bayou and under the tree. I said, hey, Uncle Susie, won't you play a song with me? Hey, Uncle Susie, take me down to the bayou and under the tree. Oh, take me down to the bayou and under the tree. Yeah.
The Stephen Talk House is a mecca. It is a place where we get to, in our time, carry the eternal flame of live music. I think that's what Neil Young so eloquently called it. And so I'm not going to spend any more of my life wondering what ifs or where ifs or how. It's an interesting road. Instead, I want to reflect on all of the beauty and the wonderful, wonderful times that we've had here, and also keep that flame flickering. That's what this series is about. It's about keeping the flame flickering in this fallow period. It really is. Because it was starting to get a little snuffed out, and it was like, not on my fucking clock. Not on my clock.
1, 2, 3. Out don't live in Rome, ocean front bedroom. Feel the breeze in my face, never leaving. Waves are right out front. Tonight we're gonna have some fun, dancing under the stars in the evening. Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. Things fall in place here, don't you know? Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. When things fall into place here, don't you know? Watching the sun go down, listening to the sound, waves crashing, birds in the trees. In the evening, hanging with locositos, sipping my cocoa frio. Everything's still right, never leaving. Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. Things fall into place here, don't you know? Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. Things fall into place here, don't you know? Practice your Espanol. Well, you know me. I've come so far to look up at the same damn stars. Yeah. Took a guitar, drink your cerveza. Now let me kiss your face. Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. Things fall into place here, don't you know? Stick with me, darling. Just go with the flow. Things fall into place here, don't you know? But things fall into place, yeah, don't you know? Things fall into place, yeah, don't you know?
We're standing outside, and someone that was a old friend of Peter's showed up, and with a suitcase, looking to come see him, and went to his house, but he didn't live there anymore, and then was standing in front of the talk house, and just maybe she had some things to figure out, but I'm standing in front of the talk house with the goalie from the New York Rangers, Pele, a couple of the Bogman guys, code enforcement, fire marshal, and some police officers, and she decides to stand in the middle of the sidewalk after I told her she can't be in the bar with her roller bag, and she goes out in the middle of the highway and starts unpacking and says she's not going to leave, and then everybody looks at me, including Pele, I mean, it's Pele, and goes, who's in charge? And I just left.
We
like to smoke out skylight windows while the party's going on. Twilight wonders torn asunder by the luminescent thunder as we ponder all our yonder days. We like to stroll through dangerous neighborhoods people don't dare after dark. Poke round corners that they warned us could be something there to harm us. We start laughing, photographing us in the burned out cars. Oh babe, you're just as lovely as you are. Oh babe, you're just as lovely as you are. Like to go to bed in the pale blue twilight of the impending dawn. Pull the covers, hug each other, hide like we could be discovered. You get sleepy and fall deeply into my loving arms. Oh babe, you're just as lovely as you are. Oh babe, just as lovely as you are. Oh babe, you're just as lovely as you are. And we bathed in that morning star.
So I've been humbled in the last 20 years since 9/11, and in this crazy world, it's like, and I have to make a point. Like, some of my best friends are not anybody that plays guitar or sings. They're my buddies. Are like, yo, good job the other night. I mean, you know, you've been better. These people I have more respect for than anybody because they are musicians. They don't play, but the power of song is unbelievable in the darkest times. And their love of music, I have more respect for them. That just, it gets them through. It's a fine line between, like, you know, comedy and sadness too, you know.
I know you could do, I know you would do, I know you should do fine. What's mine is yours and mine, just to pass the time. Can't ask more from the dime. And hey, how now goes your health and the management of your wealth? It's better than you know yourself. This was this and this, that was that and this. The kisses, kiss and kiss. The cat was cat and piss. Hey, how now goes your health and the management of your wealth? Better than you know yourself. You're better than that, you know yourself. And hey, how now goes your health and the management of your wealth? Better than you know yourself. You're better than that, you know yourself. We could raise a bridge, could raise a rising over this ridge, rivers rolling, rivers rolling, rivers rolling, rivers rolling. And hey, how now goes your health and the management of your wealth? You're better than you know yourself. You're better than that, you know your hey. How now goes your health and the management of your wealth? You're better than you know yourself. You're better than that, you know yourself. You're better than that, you know yourself. You're better than that, you know yourself.
That was so pretty. That was great. Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, I don't think we have
Keep
to
the
redo
car
that.
running. We're
Do we
out of
have
here
to
in 20
redo that?
minutes.
My God, you guys are professionals.
Did I make a difference? Did I alter your world? Would you prefer a prettier girl? Did I ever tell you I needed you more? When I first kissed you, baby, I was floored. Wanna be someone, alters your view. Wanna be someone you can't get used to. Wanna be someone keeps you awake. Something like an earthquake. Did it make a difference? I wanna be different. Did it make a difference? Did I alter your choice? Would you prefer a prettier voice? Did I ever tell you I was your ears? Why am I always something you fear? Wanna be someone who alters your difference. I wanna be different. I am a constant force that you can't doubt, a bloody stain that you can't wash out. I am a mermaid, I'll pull you to sea, a cresting wave of the mystery. Ooh, I wanna be someone who alters your view. Wanna be someone you can't get used to. Wanna be someone who keeps you awake. Something like an earthquake. Did it make a difference? I wanna be different. Did it make a difference? We sure like that Friday night hustle.
Yeah, I think she's fantastic. I was playing with Julia Haltigan at a party, or my friend Mike Basoko, and I'm like, this girl, this little surfer chick, I love her voice. And I had this one night, she came in, you were telling us the best story ever, which is the Jose Feliciano. But she came in, I was like, she's great.
Used to think that you would be my something, you know, just like my favorite song, the one where I was so in love with you, and all the ways that you moved. Now I'm so broken over you. It turns out we were close to nothing. Our love always was some kind of wrong. We were both kind of blind. Still I can't believe that you're gone. No, I can't believe you're gone. Sips of summer through winter days, the brightest sunflower in the pouring rain. There was always something there in the way you said my name. But I guess sometimes the best things break. I always thought that you could be my something, you know, just like my favorite song. It turns out You were some kind of nothing. Still I care and believe that you're gone. No, I can't believe you were so wrong. Thanks. That's a new one, Nancy. Thank you.
Greetings, rock and rollers, to another week of Friday Night Hustle. I'm Larry, your bartender for the week, and here is your rock and roll question. Can you name 3 singer-songwriters or bands that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that starts with the letter Z? Be back in a moment with your answer.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Peter, this building, the Stephen Talkhouse Tavern, is directly connected to the maritime history of our country. Erastus Barnes was a whale captain of a ship called the Nimrod. He sailed all over the world, including into the South Atlantic. He was 27 years old in the 1830s when he was on this whale ship, the Nimrod. That's pretty young to be a captain. This is the Stephen Talkhouse, right?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it ironic? Stephen Talkhouse was a whaler himself. He went whaling. He fought in the Civil War. He was in P.T. Barnum's circus. Now, can you imagine if we could ever find the list of men who served on Erastus Barnes' ship? Do you think Stephen Talkhouse was on it? Wouldn't that be a great coincidence? Okay, well, we're in front of B.H. Barnes' house. B.H. Barnes and his wife ran a boarding house here starting in the 1870s. But he was also a justice of the peace. So his office was in this house. There was no courtroom. There was no courthouse then. So if you got arrested, you were brought to B.H. Barnes' house and you were arraigned right here. But just think, Peter, if B.H. Barnes was here today, this was his boarding house, and there was a courtroom in here, your unruly customers could be just shipped right across the street and be out of your hair for good. Now, the other thing I want to say is about alcohol. We were talking about this before. It's amazing, the Stephen Talkhouse Tavern or bar is named after a Native American. And as you know, Native Americans were decimated by alcohol. Even the people in East Hampton, even though they weren't supposed to sell alcohol to the Indians, they did, okay? And this is how they swindled them out of a lot of their land. So isn't it ironic that a bar named after a Native American is selling alcohol, which really decimated Native Americans? But here's the twist. You live here in East Hampton, you've had a fire in your house, you've got cancer, you've had an accident, you have no money or insurance. What do the people in this town do? They have a benefit. And where do they have the benefit? At the Stephen Talkhouse. And like my good friend here, Peter Harnekamp, most of what I told you today is true.
Danny Keene and I have formed a friendship exclusively over music. He lives up island, but first of all, he's a monster musician. I mean, you can't get a better keyboard player. And his musicality is unparalleled. But what makes Danny so exceptional is that most people don't understand that on a day-to-day basis, he's battling 2 life-threatening diseases. And he's able to persevere. Danny's the type of guy that whenever you see him, he's full of joy and he's full of kindness, but that kindness and that joy has been hard won. He has to fight every day to honestly stay alive. So I just find him to be a complete gift, and he is a treasure in my life. I look at him like a jewel in a crown. I love you, Danny.
Music has allowed me to do a lot of good things for people around me and for people I'll never meet, and I'm thankful for that, and I hope I get to keep doing it after this is all over and done with. I've lost every bit of work there was, and I don't have anything but myself, so all I get to do is some live streaming, and I've been lucky enough to be able to do that for a lot of people and try to keep some people who are also stuck in the house occupied and smiling. And it's a really tough time for us musicians, even if we're doing well in some other way, if we have some other source of income, it's still, we live to do this. I don't know anyone that loves their job as much as we do, and I can't wait to do it for people in the context that we used to do. Even if that's even a possibility, I pray that it is.
Now they count me out before the game was over. Said I was all washed up by 25. But I don't need no luck from a 4-leaf clover. I got the right stuff and I will survive. Hey, yeah. Crazy days, I'm here again. Say goodbye to all your farewell friends. Crazy days, I'm here again. We gonna party just like we did back then. 'Cause crazy days, they're here again. Yeah, they are. They're here again, yeah. So they laugh and joke and talk about me. They keep on going and they never stop. So to all them folks who try to doubt me, I bet you won't be laughing when I'm on the top. Ooh, baby, crazy days, I'm here again. Say goodbye to all your farewell friends. Crazy days, I'm here again. We gonna party just like we did back then. 'Cause crazy days, they're here again. Yeah, they are. They're here again, yeah. Break it down. Hold me down, man. Crazy days, they're here again. music by Dana Key. Power to the people.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Hustle. Again, I'm Larry, bartender, and the answer to your rock and roll question of 3 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bands start with the letter Z is you got Zappa, you got ZZ Top, and you can have Warren Zevon. Now, pretty girls might get Led Zeppelin right. I'll give you the Zeppelin for you, okay? So that's your answer for this week, and we'll be back again.
He's just blowing them out now. It's almost getting cocky.
Lee Lawler. Lee Lawler is a presence. And I remember the first time I ever saw her sing, I thought I would love to sing with her. And then it just went from there. And beyond her, how about this? Lee's got the it factor. Lee is that it factor. When you see Lee playing, whether it's a barbecue place or a big stage, Lee has that it factor. And I knew it the second I saw her sing. It's like, Lee. And then beyond the fact what we see on stage and that it factor, I would say Lee is somebody who has deep faith and she lives it and she walks it and she talks it. And maybe we articulate some things different, but I respect the hell out of that.
Inda Eaton inspires. You know, knowing that she had a literary background, meaning majored in English or whatever, somewhere, I hear that in her words. Her words just conjure up images, conjure up thoughts. She inspires. Harmonies, it's just easy to just jump in on whatever boat she's on and sing it. And she, whatever it is I'm doing, she's right there with it. And yet she is so down home, you know? I mean, as wonderful and musical, everything, she's just down home, wants you to come and sit over and eat her barbecue, you know?
Those dead yellow roses, Texas in, who at the table in the house that we once shared. It was quiet from afar in the mirror of my car. Still see those dead yellow roses of Texas. Fast friends playing house, playing slate, yeah. No past, force of nature on the phone, deleting all those messages from home. With those dead yellow roses of Texas and on the table in the house that we once shared. It was quiet from afar in the mirror of my car. Still see those dead yellow roses of Texas. So things move fast till I said I do up to the end. When you said we're through the promise, under deliver, only to find out there's a stranger in the bed. With those dead yellow roses of Texas, table in the house that we once shared. It was quiet from afar in the mirror of my car. Still see those dead yellow roses of Texas. Here we go. Ooh, medicated. Peaceful warrior. Ooh, it's complicated. Well, say those dead yellow roses of Texas. On the table in the house that we once shared. It was quiet from afar in the mirror of my car. Still see those dead yellow roses of Texas. Dead yellow roses of Texas. On the table in the house that we once shared. It's quiet from afar in the mirror of my car. Still see those dead yellow roses of Texas. See those dead yellow roses of Texas. Her side. know. Come on now. It's got that honky tonk.
Not too shabby for not
I
seeing
tell you
each
right
other
now.
for a while.
I tell you.
Give it up for Joe D'Elia,
Oh.
Brett King, Richard Rosh on the drums, Johnny Blood on the guitar.
Joe, you got that. For New Yorker, you got some good redneck in you. It's good.
When the house has the energy here and you feel it upstairs, man, you just start bubbling with their energy. Having said that, some of my favorite shows here are when there's 7 people. Like going back to where I started, the 7-person show. And in a way, when you start, you're like, oh my God, I'm playing to 7 people. And then all of a sudden, woof, the humor comes. Those are the snarkiest, most raw, down-to-earth shows, and people leave saying, that was the best show. And I feel the same way. It's like, if you ever have a chance to come here when there's 7 people, you should. You should be a stalker to go,
We have been at each other's shows
Oh.
doing that because I say the same thing. I think if there's only going to be that many people there, I'm going to give them the best show of their life so that they go and they leave. I don't know. It's almost like a challenge, right?
The 7-person show is ideal.
And you never know when they come. We could have a show, we've talked about this, where we have 200 people the week before, and then you come here and it's a rainy, cold November night, and whatever. The 7th game of the World Series is on, and you booked it 6 months ago, and suddenly you've got.
That's the point I would make. That's a strength to Peter too. You could have 7 people here one night, or you could be packed. I'm sure the Talk House needs it to be packed to keep the business going. But the beautiful thing about Peter is he's in for the long haul. I mean, this started before me. It's going to start long after us, God willing.
Yeah.
Peter's in for the long haul. And Peter never took me aside and said, wow, there's only 7 people here. And that's the part about incubating and developing a music scene. You can't beat somebody up for only having 3 to 7 people. He understands. Always never took me aside and beat me up for 7 people. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, boom, you had a full house. We have very few venues left in this country that just focus on music. So here we are on Long Island, we're in Amagansett, and you think, where in the hell's that? Well, we're in Amagansett. And you got to think everybody pretty much in Long Island who's ever written a song, who's ever had a band, has come through the Talk House. And that's part of this community. And if I was a real estate person, I would be selling distance from your proposed house to the Talk House. That's how I'd run it. I'd say, you want to live in this community? Here are the schools, here's the churches, maybe a liquor store, and here's how you get to the Talk House.
Well, there's just some fascinating pictures here. Like, look who's in that picture right there.
Yeah, Chris
That's on his right, the left is Alger Hiss, who was accused of being a spy for Russia and spent years in jail for it. There are over 60 people who are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that have performed on that stage, which is incredible when you look at the size of it. If you had walked into this bar in 1987 and said you're going to have 60 people somehow performing here, they would have told you you were nuts. I would have told you were nuts, but that's what's happened.
Daydream, I fell asleep beneath the flowers for a couple of hours on such a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream of you beneath the flowers for a couple of hours on such a beautiful day. I dream a dirty dream of you, baby, and now you're crawling on the bathroom floor. You're roaming around the room and you're naked, and then you're flying out the bedroom door. I dream a dirty dream, yeah. I dream a dirty dream.
Daydream, I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
I fell asleep beneath the flowers for a couple of hours.
Such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful day.
Daydream,
daydream.
I dream of you beneath the flowers.
I dream of you beneath the flowers
for a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours.
Such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful day. dream a dirty dream of you, baby. And now you're crawling on the bathroom floor. You're roaming around the room and you're naked. And now you're flying out the bedroom door. Yeah. I dream a dirty dream. Yeah. I dream a dirty dream. Yeah.
Daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
I fell asleep beneath the flowers
for a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours.
On such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful day.
That's why I said daydream.
Yeah, daydream.
I dream of you beneath the flowers.
I dream of you beneath the flowers.
For a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours.
On such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day.
Daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
For a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours.
Such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful day.
Yes, daydream.
Yeah, daydream.
I dream of you beneath the flowers.
I dream of you beneath the flowers.
For a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours. Such a beautiful day.
That was fun.
This next tune is dedicated to anyone and everyone who has ever commuted to work, to a job that they weren't crazy about, especially if you were one of those happy, fortunate people to commute to work on the good old Long Island Railroad.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The bell in the tower starts ringing, and I slip the noose round my neck. Those waves of fear and dread grip me. I know too well what to expect. Take a good look all around me. Barely a flicker of light. They're like the living dead, dull at the edge of a knife. Walk past the old Iron Maiden, strap myself into the rack. Check that the ropes aren't frayed, or make sure there ain't any slack. How can it only be Wednesday? It's got to be past 10 o'clock. I can't see the clock from here, and I can't feel my feet in these stocks. I ain't no gloves up for punishment. Ain't got no love for the pain. What can I do? I got to pay the rent. And I got no money spent, so I'll be back here again. Too many days on the wheel, too many runs through the gauntlet, too tired to make a deal. Just a few turns on the thumbscrew, and I'm too worn down. How long will I survive? Will I live to pick up my check? I ain't no glutton for punishment. Ain't got no love for the pain. What can
Thomas Muse from Jetty Coon. Just a big up to our media sponsor, the Express News Group. They've got the Southampton Press, they have the East Hampton Press, and the Sag Harbor Express. They've got local writers, local artists, really expressing themselves through this paper. So, and also you can get a subscription online, which is a really good thing to do. You know, newspapers, local papers are doing everything they can to survive in these days, and they need the support they can. So they've supported us. Please support them. Thank you.
I was just so restless, and each day was precious, each moment a vow. And you were my consummate dreamer, my lover and my believer. But it ain't that way now. Oh, now anyone can love and anyone can try, but I think I just might give up this fight. I used to adore you like jewels on a crown, but that's when I loved you, babe, and it ain't that way now. Oh, see, I used to be full of electricity. It just came pouring out of me. You could taste it in my mouth. Oh, and you were the light, oh, that I'd run to each night. Oh, how we burned so bright, but it ain't that way now. Oh, now anyone can love and anyone can try, but I think I just might give up this fight. I used to protect you, I used to feel proud, but that's when I loved you, babe, and it ain't that way now. Oh, I, da 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 da. Da 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 da. The weeks, the months, the years fly by, but the days last forever. Took all my faith, took all my pride, left me to bear the weight of your crime like a savior. I'm not your savior, I'm not your savior. Oh, now anyone can love and anyone can try, but I think I just might give up this fight. I used to adore you like jewels on a crown. I used to protect you, I used to feel proud. You'd rip me up and I'd work it out, but that's when I loved you, and